find the target, there's a switch. If they turn it on, they get points, but it also lights Nessie up, and it gives them an advantage for the rest of the tasks. Now, they can also, the big one, and the one that I think is going to be the most exciting to watch, is they can put a radio tag on Nessie. There's 3 radio tags, and all they have to do is hit Nessie with one. So if they find Nessie, it can tag Nessie. That's worth a lot of points in this competition. Right there, you're looking at the structure of the Nessie nest. That's we call it seaweed. It's to obstruct some of the stuff behind it. There's some switches and stuff back there. But anyway, to tag Nessie, here's the cool part. They have to go to a special gate in the pool, a rectangle. They can go up to it, but not through it. And if they can get that radio tag onto Nessie, which is about, I should know how far away it is. It's about 10 feet away. I'm not sure it's 10 feet, but it's a distance. But they can't use a tether and they can't use an arm. They're not allowed to go past the gate. The theory being, if you were really trying to tag an animal, you can't get right up to it. You don't want to spook it. So some of the robots have little torpedoes that they will affix the radio tag to and shoot the torpedoes. So we haven't had a torpedo shooting activity in this competition before, and a few of the teams are planning on doing just exactly that. If they hit Nessie with the radio tag, Nessie will emit a sound, as probably we would if we were tagged. If we hear that sound live from their ROV, they get extra points. So some of the robots will have live underwater microphones. So if they do hit Nessie, we will hear it. And it has to be live. They can't record it and bring it back up to the screen. Okay, now we're looking at the top of the pool. Obviously, we're not at Loch Inverness in Scotland. We're at Chandler High School, the Olympic pool, and the underwater competitions will be starting in about 15 minutes. It'll be a bit darker then. Okay, here comes the Seamus video.
Top of the morning to ya. I be Seamus McLeary. I've here a few tidbits that might help you out on your quest for Nessie. The first thing you have to do is to distract Nessie. You have to get her away from the nest to get to the egg she's laid. In order to do this, I have found a bait that attracts Nessie. I put them in these here 3 Nessie cans. Now they won't start releasing the odor into the water until you turn the knob on the base clockwise only 90 degrees. Now do you hear? Once you expose the bait to the water, get out there fast, cause Nessie will come running. Before you start a bait working, you must place the 3 baits in the 3 predetermined locations that I have found to be the best locations for the darn thing. One of these locations is just plain on the bottom of the lake floor. The other is on a small mount about 4 feet above the lake bottom, and the last is on the ledge along the lake shore. Each bait has a different strength and must be placed in each specific location for this process to work. Now mind you that the Nessie Detection Command, or the NDC, is keeping a watch on Nessie's whereabouts, and they will let you know when she's a-coming. The NDC will tell you what color zone she be in, and you must then activate the corresponding targeting array. Once you have activated the corresponding targeting array, then you can line up behind the radio tag launch gate. This be the safe place and distance to be to see Nessie and the targeting array. The side of the array facing Nessie is equipped with ultraviolet lights that Nessie can't see, but she will be lit like a Christmas tree for you to see. The Nessie bait is loaded up with phosphorescent dye that shows in her skin. When all things are a go, then you can launch the radio tag from behind the launch gate and through the targeting array to tag Nessie. If you tag her, listen for the loud scream she be likely to make. During your mission, you must also retrieve Nessie's egg. She keeps it on a mount surrounded by lake kelp, so be careful not to get tangled in stuff because nobody will be coming to get you. Nessie's egg is full of liquid goo that is encased in a thin translucent membrane. Be careful not to rupture it. You must also get the depth and the temperature of the nest. It be heated by geothermal activity, and we must know the temperature to stimulate the same conditions to bring an egg to maturity. You'll be using a special thermometer that reads in binary, so hope you're brushed up on how to read it. Well, good luck, and remember, you only have half an hour before the bait runs out. Then God be with you, because Nessie is a very protective mother.
So that was Seamus McLeary, who tried to give the kids some tips on what they would be looking for and showing them some schematics of 3-dimensional stuff of what some of the props would look like. For the next few minutes, we'd like to show you some video we've been shooting over the last, actually the last 15 minutes. All the teams had to pre-qualify. Basically, they had to put their ROVs in the water, take it down 13 feet, move it out, pick something up, and bring it back. And we do that just to make sure they're seaworthy. And not all the teams were able to meet that qualification in time. So they are that. So what we have is we have some of the teams that didn't hit the qualifying requirements, but they're still in the competition. The difference is, instead of having 35 minutes to work, they're only going to have, well, that's not one of them, though. I think that's one of the practice rounds. Yeah, it's a practice round. Yeah, there's a practice round. So we've had some teams, we call it the consolation round, although the points they amass do count in the competition. The difference is, instead of having 35 minutes, they only had 20 minutes. The advantage, though, is they were able to do it in the daylight. They didn't have to do it in the dark. These are some practice videos. That was one of the teams. As a matter of fact, it'll be the first team up at 8 o'clock, the typewriter repairmen. This is another team, Site 3 Engineering, and I don't have my notes ready for them, so I can't tell you a whole bunch about them. But you get an idea what it looks like in the pool. There's the ROV being launched at the side of the pool. This looks like one of the qualifying rounds, so they have to go down, and there should be a ring down there that they have to pick up and bring back to the surface. All the teams had 3 tries at this, and we recorded their quickest time in retrieving the ring. And we have, I believe, 11 teams that have qualified. So we'll be seeing 11 teams tonight. And the fastest team, the highest qualifying team, got to pick the time slot where they wanted to compete. Not everyone wanted to compete in the first time slot, even though it might still be a little light out. And the reasoning was, I'd rather sit in the auditorium and see the first couple of people compete, so we can pick up some tips. So the highest qualifying team, matter of fact, will not be the first one. Okay. Okay, so here's the teams and the order that they're going to be playing in. There's the typewriter repairmen. They're a family team from Sierra Vista, Arizona. There's the Robo-Buffs from Tempe High School in Tempe, Arizona, and the Nerds from Buena High School and Sierra Vista High School. And the 4th team is Stampede Robotics from Betty Fairfax High School, Levine, Arizona. Si Se Puede Lego Robotics Club. We call them a pre-high school, but they're really middle school, from Chandler, Arizona, right in the neighborhood. Followed by the Robotics Advanced Systems, a college and university team, which is Arizona State University, Tempe, Arizona. We have NASA Space Grant Robotics, Arizona State University, another team they have there, Tempe, Arizona. We have the Atlantis Robotics High School from Desert Vista High School, Phoenix, Arizona. The class of 2013 high school team from Carl Hayden High School, Phoenix, Arizona. We have team, and it's not OX020, actually it's OX27. Somebody made a typo there because that's hexadecimal for 39. They're a university college club, but they started off as a high school. But when the kids graduated from high school, they wanted to stay in the team, so they had to move up. And we have Site 3 Engineering, our out-of-state high school, Jesuit High School.